Now, here we see a big difference between Thailand and America. Here I'm standing on the wing of I believe it's a Lockheed L-1011 or DC-10, and not only that, the wing is wet. But here, this is actually a cafe park, and they actually let people walk out on the wing. Now, the wing is actually wet. It's raining very lightly. And of course, I have enough sense not to get and hang off the wing. But here in America, they wouldn't dare do this because of the liability. But here in Thailand, if you fall off that wing, hey, it's on you, buddy. But here I am on the wing of the DC-10 or L-1011. There we go. This is an airplane that they bought and had it moved here. And what they've done is built a restaurant here as part of the airplane experience. And there's actually a cafe inside the airplane. It's rather elaborate, very nice. And as you can see, they have a collection of airplanes. Very nice pond full of carp. Large parking lot, not real crowded today, but we have quite a array of aircraft. Now here we're continuing our trip down the wing, and of course I'm being very careful to stay in the center. But like I say, this is the difference between Thailand and America. They wouldn't dare. Now as I stand out here on the end of the wing, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but as I'm very carefully shaking up and down, the wing's actually flexing. So that's rather interesting. And in fact, when I flex the bounce and I flex the wing, I can actually feel it vibrate underneath of me, several oscillations after my initial disturbance. There we go. So initial disturbance, and it's still oscillating. If I can do it in harmony here, I can increase the oscillation. There we go. Here I am standing out on the end of the wing. Ow. Here we go. Only in Thailand. Okay, here we see two stewardesses out on the wing. Okay, here we are. We're standing on the wing of an airplane, only in Thailand. I'm out here towards the end. If I shake, that wing is vibrating. Yep, I can actually see the wing moving up and down. And the wing is wet too. You could easily slide off and end up right on the concrete. Well, it's a long way down. So there it is, beautiful L-1011 or DC-9. I think they sectioned it slightly, but it's quite impressive. Now, the wing is wet. It has been raining, and the leading slats are deployed, and my flaps are kind of been removed. But that's the first time I've walked on the wing of a full-size airliner. Okay, here we're looking at this is an old airplane, and this was actually purchased by a company that has a series of restaurants, and they have several airplanes here. And one thing that's interesting, this airplane has probably been here 20 years, but it reeks of jet fuel. You know, this was a turboprop engine, and the turboprop engines are out in the parking lot. We'll take a look at those in just a moment. But what happens is that as I stand here, I have a strong smell of diesel fuel, kerosene, or I'm sure it's the, JP jet fuel for a turboshaft engine or a turboprop engine. But it's interesting how that remains after all this time. All right, now this is apparently the source of our smell, and what this is obviously an access port, and I believe this is an access port into one of the fuel tanks. So obviously fuel's been leaking, or still considerable amount of remnant of fuel is still there, so that's why we smell it. But that's interesting here. Here we see the landing gear, or what's left of it, and obviously the tires are gone, but it looks like I see the remnant of the disc brake. Okay. Here we see the exhaust from the turboprop, and of course actually this would be part of the propulsion of the plane also. So we have the majority of thrust provided by the gas turbine driven propeller, but then of course the exhaust of the gas turbine would also provide considerable thrust. Looks like they had a little mash right there on the part of the tail housing there, but otherwise it's pretty much all here. Obviously the plane was kind of roughed up getting it here, probably in parts, and put it back together, but here we go. Here's the airplane. So it's a twin turboprop, missing parts. But here they take the plane and turn it into a tourist attraction. Oh, look at the fish.